there are a lot of things that you also need to consider way before you start investing. Because if you go to investing first without having the proper rudiments, the proper skills to properly manage your money, it will be a harder goal for you. Because I've seen a lot of people make a lot of money from the stock market only to lose it because they don't know how to properly manage their money as well. Hey guys, this video is something that has been a long time coming. I've been talking about investing for a very long time already, but I wanted to lay the groundwork. Especially, I know there's a lot of new subscribers out there who just started viewing my channel, and I wanted to show you that investments are the last step on the skills that you need to be financially free. There are a lot of things that you also need to consider way before you start investing. Because if you go to investing first without having the proper rudiments, the proper skills to properly manage your money, it will be a harder goal for you. Because I've seen a lot of people make a lot of money from the stock market only to lose it because they don't know how to properly manage their money as well. So enjoy the rest of the video. Don't just invest, don't just start businesses, don't just save just for the sake of earning money. Earning money, for me, it's not the end goal. You must do things because you have a goal in mind, regardless of what it is. Sending your kids to amazing college, having the ability to live life at your own terms. It has to be something that's based on a goal that you want to hit. For me, financial freedom is basically having more than enough that you can stop working, stop doing stuff, but you can still earn and make a living off of what you have. People have this misconception that when you retire, you don't do anything. That's wrong. I had a chance to quit my job at 2010, 2011. And with that also, I had enough somehow savings and investments also that would allow me to live without working as well. People always talk about retirement. If you would hear me talk more than a decade ago also, I'd always tell people, you set aside money for retirement. But what I've realized is this, retirement's overrated. Why? What are you gonna do after? What are you gonna do once you stop working? What are you gonna do once you don't have a job anymore? When you start quitting your job, when you start doing something else, you get to do the things that you like. When you start doing the things that you like, you get to be good at it. And when you get to be good at it, what's stopping other people from paying you for it as well? So that's the whole context and that's the whole narrative of it. We talk about money so that you get to do the things that you love. You get to do the things that make you feel alive, because life is too short if you don't do the things that you love to do. First step that I'd like to share you is, number one, you have to change the way you think. You have to change your mindset. You have to change the whole narrative of how you live. For those who are in business, for those who are investing already, for those who have a mindset never about how much money you have, you can have a rich person's mindset and you don't have any money in the bank. Having a small amount of money in the bank does not define who you are, does not define the way you live your life. You can have no money, but you can have the right mindset. Give it some time. Because of that right mindset, the right attitude of thinking, the money will come. So people always say, I'm gonna start thinking about business when the money comes. No, you don't start thinking about business. Start thinking about investing. Start thinking about saving when the money's there. You do it when the money's not there. You do it when you have not received anything yet. Why? Because when the money's there, you already know what to do with it. When you have a mind of business, you have a mind of entrepreneurship. Everywhere you go, you see opportunities. You see things that could be improved. Business is merely you solving other people's problems. And whenever I see a problem, I always see that, this could be a good business idea. The next question there is this something that I want to pursue? Because please remember that not all opportunities are meant for you to pursue. Some are meant for you to walk through. Some are meant for you not to actually do it because it will distract you from the things that you're supposed to actually do. When you start doing things that you want to pursue, the best way for you to win is just to focus. And other things that are not as important to your goal should not matter. Part of changing the way you think is basically this: winners never quit. Those who achieve something in life never quit. If it was that easy, then everyone would be rich, everyone would be financially free. But here's the thing: financial freedom is not easy. Financial freedom is not something that you just fall onto. It's something that you pursue. The reason why you change the way you think, because 99% of the population don't think in terms of financial freedom. Only the 1% that try to pursue it, who desperately want it, are the ones who actually achieve it. And it's so easy to dream about it, so easy to set a goal about it, but it's harder day to day when you don't feel like it. It's all about creating so much value to people, and people don't like that. People always think, if I do this, how much will I get in return? If you're after the return, you will always lose. If you're after how much you will earn, you will always lose. Please remember, it's okay to think about it from a business mindset, but if all you're thinking about is the return, you will always lose. In anything, in business and investing, it's all about the skills that you have. Next, after changing the way you think, you need to find a steady source of income first. It's always nice to do business, it's always nice to be an entrepreneur, but you always have to take care of your daily needs first. Find a steady source of income. But here's my suggestion also. If you know deep inside that you're gonna be an entrepreneur, find a job that's aligned already to the business that you want to start, so that you gain the necessary skills, you gain the necessary experience already, while you're also getting a steady source of income. While you are there, you're immersing yourself and you're getting better. That's why you have to be strategic. You have to find a way also that whatever you're doing always has to be a learning experience. Don't just go into work for the money. Create massive streams of income. Don't limit your source to just one. Use your steady income source for you to live, but create massive streams of income. This is what will make you rich. This is what will cause you to live life different from everyone else. The internet has changed everything. That because of the internet, it's not as hard anymore to create businesses. Because of the internet, you can sell things off of the internet. You can create content off of the internet. If you're working for your steady source of income from 8 to 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, build your dreams. From 8 to 5, build your job. From 6 to 12, build your dreams. Those massive streams of income will contribute to your wealth as well. People always say, focus on passive income. But here's the thing. If you have so much active income, passive income will follow. It's so easy to have passive income if you have so much active income. And people have demonized active income so much that it seems like it's something that's wrong. Please remember, active income is not wrong. They're supposed to be also working and toiling and pushing because you love what you do. And as you're earning from what you do, that active income you can take and use it, pile on to that investments that you want to actually earn from. Next is you have to create an emergency fund. You have to create something that will protect you should there be any bad things that may happen in life. Anything that's an emergency, anything that will cause your normal way of living to get affected, you need to have money from that so you don't get into debt. The whole context of creating an emergency fund is to protect you, to hedge you, so that when bad things happen, you won't go into debt. When bad things happen, it won't affect the way you work. For me, I just keep on adding to my emergency fund because please remember there's inflation. And since this is an emergency fund, you're not supposed to invest it. You're just supposed to put it in areas where it's very, very liquid and have a very, very low interest rate. So when you hit that 6 months, when you hit that 1 year, just keep on adding. It doesn't have to be a large amount, but just keep on adding it. But because also your lifestyle will change, the things that you would need to cover for would also be bigger as well. So the larger the emergency fund, the more protected you are as well. This is something that has worked for me. You don't have to follow it, but I just keep on adding, and I'm okay with not earning as much from my emergency fund. People always ask me, can I invest my emergency fund? I personally don't. It's personally liquid. It's wrong to put everything in the bank, but it's okay to lose money with some monetary amount placed in the bank if you have other assets also working hard for you. Please remember, cash is a position. I suggest create an emergency fund. If you're having a hard time to pick a number yet, I would suggest 1 year of what you spend. Please remember, one of the reasons why I say that, because sickness is something that is very, very expensive. And having just 3 months, having 6 months might not be enough to cover it. Make your goals so big, but not big enough that you don't think it's something that's measurable, but something that you will push hard for. And never let the size of your dream hinder you from pushing harder. The dream, the greater the grace of God to help you also to make it happen. We're doing it from our own abilities and our own strength, and that's when it becomes hard. But please remember, it's the grace of God that will help you through those dreams, those visions that have been placed in your heart. It's God that will make them come to pass as well. If you're in debt, general rule of thumb also, if you're paying a house and you don't have the money to be able to shoulder it, then you're buying something that you can't afford. People always justify that the house is an asset. Well and true, it's an asset, but if it does not generate anything for you, or you don't have actually the means to actually pay for it, then you will be in trouble as well. So if you want to remove all of those risks, all of those things at the back of your head, now what if something bad happens? What if I lose my job? How will I pay for my house? How will I pay for my car? Then you have to pay off all your debt as well. It's okay to have debt as long as you know how to pay for it, as long as it's computed that your cash flow will be able to pay for it. And just in case you lose your job, you lose your source of income, do you have enough assets to cover for that debt? If the answer for that is you have enough assets to cover for your debt, then it's okay. But for other items that are not asset related, pay that off first, especially credit card debt, because credit card debt will massively put you into debt because the interest rate of that is so big. It will be hard for you to recover from it as well. Just to recap also, you need to change the way you think. You need to get a steady source of income. You need to create massive cash flow. You need to create an emergency fund. You need to pay off all of those debt. If you look at all of this, most of this are for hedging, most of this are for protection, most of this also are for offense and helping you create cash. And this is something that's just me. This is what I do. This is something that's real for me. You have to create a buffer fund. A buffer fund is your runway. A buffer fund is something that will protect you, allow you to become more aggressive. This is something that I suggested at least 2 years worth of what you spend on. This is not an emergency fund. Please remember, an emergency fund is for when you have an emergency. This is something that you need to do to protect yourself if you have an emergency fund. But a buffer fund is basically, it will allow you to become as aggressive as you can in your business. And one of the reasons why I'm so aggressive in the stock market is basically because I know even if the market crashes next year, I will have money to be able to live a very, very long life still because I have a buffer fund. My suggestion, 2 years worth of your operational expenses, needs, and wants so you live a normal life. Please remember also, for those who want to trade full-time in the market, you have to remember that if you want to maximize the uptrend, that means you won't sell it every month. If you want to stay away from the market also, and the downtrend is there for 4 months, 5 months, you need to have money that you can spend on a regular basis, and you need this buffer fund. So emergency fund is for emergencies. Buffer fund is to help you live. At least you maintain 2 years worth of that on a regular basis. All of that, by the way, is in a book that I wrote, Where Should You Invest? I talked about all of my secrets on how I shore up my cash, how I manage everything, how I budget everything. It's my fourth book. It's the prequel to all the Stock Smart series. All of that in the description also. You can order them via Shopee as well. Once you have that already, the last step to be financially free, when you've changed your mindset, you have a steady source of income, massive streams of income already. You have an emergency fund, you have a buffer fund, you have paid off all of your debt that doesn't matter. Then invest and take as much risk as you can. That's why I'm all in the stock market. That's why I can invest in Bitcoin. That's why I've been buying property already. That's why I've been doing businesses also, because even if some of them go to zero, I'm okay. The reason why people get scared when their stocks will drop is because they placed an amount of money that should not be there. They placed an amount of money that they could not tolerate. They placed an amount of money that's above and beyond what they should expose there. Now, people always put a larger amount of money than what they can expose because they're thinking that if this hits 100%, this hits 200%, I will be rich. But please remember, what if it goes the opposite? What if it goes 20% down, 30% down? How will you survive? How will you win? So the way for you to be able to do that is to hedge yourself and be able to have that cash to protect you. But after all of that, invest as much as you can. So for me, proper diversification is just basically this. I have paper assets. Paper assets could be divided in so many avenues from stocks to bonds. Then bonds can be divided into corporate bonds to government bonds. Then you have REITs, then you have ETFs, then you have CFDs, then you have ETFs. There's so much opportunities out there. That's why I've been saying this over and over. This is one of the greatest times to be alive. This is one of the greatest times to do business because there's so much opportunity out there. We just have to find it. We just have to pursue it. We just have to do our best so that we get to reach whatever dreams that we can. So if you look at the narrative, what we're currently doing is this. You have a steady source of income. You have other sources of income that are working hard for you. Then you have these assets that you start to invest that are working hard for you. When your assets are enough already and are bigger than your steady source of income, then by all means you can quit your job already because it's not you anymore working for your day-to-day life. It's these assets that will help protect you, that will help create money for you already. Then as you start quitting that steady source of income, you get to do other things. And if that other things help you earn more money, then by all means go and push for it as well. So did you guys learn a lot from this? Comment your questions, comment I'm learning, comment financial freedom if this is something that's helpful for you. And I'm gonna make more videos off the top of the questions that you guys would send me as well. So comment your questions, we'll make videos off of it. Comment I'm learning if you're learning, comment financial freedom if you know and believe that you will be financially free soon. And that's it.